Tennessee Governor Bill Lee has signed a bill permitting teachers to carry guns in schools. This legislation requires teachers to meet specific criteria, and it aims to enhance school safety, especially in rural areas where law enforcement response times can often be slow. The legislation requires teachers who want to carry and have a handgun carry a permit, and written authorization from the school's principal and law enforcement would also be part of the requirement. The push to arm teachers has been front and center in Tennessee since last year's deadly shooting at the Covenant School in Nashville. Tennessee State Senator Paul Bailey, who introduced the bill, joins us now. Thank you so much for your time. Arming teachers makes the classroom safer. I know that you feel that way. Why so?
Well, in many of our rural areas, which I represent a very rural area in Tennessee, the response time for law enforcement to be able to reach one of these remote schools can be 20 to 30 minutes. And so the schools are usually soft targets, and not all of our schools in Tennessee currently have a school resource officer. In fact, there's over 500 schools in the state that still do not have a school resource officer, although the state legislature has appropriated $140 million to go to that program. And so this is just another tool that can be used by the locals if they so choose to have someone qualified to be able to carry on the premise of these rural schools.
4 Republicans broke party ranks in the State House and voted against the measure, and one was this. It was State Representative Charlie Baum. He said, "I'm concerned the bill, even though its intent is to make schools safer, might in fact complicate the logistics of neutralizing an active shooter." How do you respond to critics who are concerned about what this may do?
Well, again, the training will be done by the Tennessee Post Commission, which trains all law enforcement officers in the state, whether it be Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, Tennessee Highway Patrol, as well as a lot of our local law enforcement officers. So they are currently doing training with those individuals as far as school resource officers on how to respond to a school intruder or an active shooter. And any individual that's going to be seeking this certification to be able to carry on school grounds will also be working side by side and taking training to understand exactly how to respond. And also local law enforcement will know that individual that's inside the school that's actually carrying. So the confusion should not be like what some have criticized it to be.
The one thing we can all agree on, we want our kids safe in the classroom every single day they go to school. What message does a measure like this send to parents who are sending kids to school, to students who are attending each day, of the necessity to do something?
Well, again, this is just another tool that we're allowing the local governments and local schools to be able to use to bring protection to our children. Safety is front and foremost of all of Tennessee, and especially the Tennessee legislature. So this is just another measure that we're using to help ensure that someone that's wanting to do our children harm would not be able to just enter into a school assuming that it's a soft target when we have an individual that's actually armed on the premise.
The governor has signed the bill into law. How soon before it is implemented, and how long does some of this training take?
Well, the law required that upon the governor's signature that it would be law. And so now it's up to the Post Commission, as well as the Tennessee Sheriff's Association, Department of Safety, TBI, and the Department of Education, all working in conjunction with one another to develop a program for any individual that's seeking to get this certification.
I mean, we're talking months, years before all of those ducks are in a row?
Well, I think we're just talking months at presently, because again, these individuals, they'll be training alongside school resource officers. The bill basically requires a minimum of 40 hours. That does not mean that the local school district can't require more training for that individual to have before they can actually carry on the premise. There'll be a lot of training around how to respond in the event that there is an active shooter or a school intruder, for them to be identified by law enforcement that's coming into the school that's responding to a call, an emergency call. So, the critics have criticized this legislation, but we have put so many guardrails in place to try to make sure that our children are safe, but at the same time, provide a level of protection for those children.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.